going, everyone? I've been busy with a lot of work, so I haven't been able to put out a video about like this that has to do with like mgtow and all that. So before I start this video, I'm gonna have to make myself clear, like I normally do. I think I think it's a habit now. My disclaimer: I'm not trying to make fun of people who have lost their business or lost their jobs because of COVID or anything of that sort. I feel for you. I totally understand. Life is unjust. I totally get that. Okay. Now, that being said, I'm going to have to make another one. All right. Just to be more clearer. If I do something, this video has to do with what I do, right? And how I've come across like maneuvering the game of life, right? This is what I do, right? So if I say, hey, I like to wake up at 5 in the morning, or sometimes only the weekends. Sometimes I wake up like around 4:30. Weekdays, I'll wake up around like 3:50 or 4:15, right? To get my stuff done and get to work. In the weekends, I'll wake up around like, 5:15 or 4:30 in the morning so I can go out for a jog. So if I like to wake up early and go out for a long run, if I like to eat healthy and exercise a lot and really focus on my life, those are things that I like to do because they're beneficial for me, right? So if I like to do those things and you're not doing those, and maybe you feel like I don't know, like upset or something like that, like that's just what I do. It doesn't mean, I don't think that because I do those things that I'm better than you and you are less than me. That's not the point here. I'm just telling you what I do and what makes my life better. You don't have to do that. No one's asking you to wake up at 5 in the morning. No one's asking you to wake up at 4. No one's asking you to be a multimillionaire and smash and just meet your goals and just be a total badass. No one's asking you to be that. That's, you know what I'm saying? So calm down, bruh. Like, this is just what I do. This is just how I live my life. Okay? This is just what I do. We got that? We're good? Cool. Now, let's take a little deep dive in the mgtow community. MGTOWs out there, some MGTOWs out there, they're not gonna tell you this, but they want to go out and date, right? And cool. No one's gonna stop you from wanting to date other people, man. It's all good. Cool. But this is what I do, right? This is what I did. Doesn't mean you should do it either, but this is what I did. Before I went, this is a couple of years back before I realized like I'm really not cut out for this type of stuff, because technology and most likely technology has just ruined the whole dating thing, right? So I chose not to be part of it. All right, and I don't have to be part of it. You don't have to be part of it either. And if you do want to be part of it, good for you. And if you get, you get your thing going, cool, then good for you too. Maybe you have something to teach us, right? For me, I chose not to be part of it. But when I kind of was part of it, right, part of that, like that dating scene, right, before I even jumped or pursued someone, this is something that I heard from Rollo Tomasi, which totally lit up my antennas, right? What he said about vetting people, like he didn't even vet or like look into the other person. He looked into himself before even attempting to, get into the dating scene or dating someone or pursuing someone. And that totally really goes into what I did also. Before I would even dare to like jump into the scene and, maybe I like this chick, right? But I don't know like how I go about, what do I do? Before I even started all that, I would ask myself like, hey, am I willing to put my goals, my aspirations, my hobbies, which are the things that I love, video games, like my arcade, my guitars, my bike is in my other room, my biking, my anime. Am I willing to put all those things aside for this person that I sort of kind of like or kind of want to get to know? Am I willing to do that? Right? I asked myself that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. That doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person if you're not willing to put your hobbies aside, your things aside. You got to ask yourself, why are you even doing this, right? Why? And if the reason it comes out to be, hey, I just want to get laid, for me, right? I kind of just want to get laid, right? But then I'm like, So I just want to get laid. So I have to do this. I really don't want to be part of it then, right? Because it's a whole lot of shit now. It's a whole lot of all these things that you got to do. So I don't want, rather not be part of it. Some other thirsty dude can go and pursue that and play that game. I don't have to do that, right? Because I looked deep down inside and I realized that, hey, I'm not willing to do any of these things, all right? Doesn't mean I'm not willing to be friends with people, friends with chicks, right? And we're just hanging out, that's all. But dating, that's a whole other thing that I've asked myself. Looked inside, looked inward, right? Something we don't like to do. I don't know why people don't like to look inward. But hey, that's just the way people are, right? They rather judge other people before judging themselves. I don't know. So what I did, right? I looked inward and I'm not ready, or I'm not even ready, meaning that I'm at some point I'm willing to do this. I'm not willing to put any of my hobbies aside, any of my goals aside, any of my focus aside for this, you know, to start dating or getting to know chicks. To date enough, getting to know them enough to date them. I'm not ready to do that. I don't really want to do that. I don't think I ever will want to date, right? So I looked inside and I saw that I'm not ready. I don't want to do these things. So therefore I don't participate. Okay? Now, with all that being said, just consider this. I'm not telling you to do this. This is just a question. Why do you want to date other people, date chicks, right? You're a mgtow, right? You got all these things laid out for you. You got your mgtow Bible ready and all your rules and regulations and policies ready to go. Why do you still want to date? If you got to know the real deal inside of you, like, why do you really want to do this? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to go through all these things? Are you willing to put all your stuff aside? Are you really willing to do that? Or do you just want to get laid? Like, be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest to yourself, who are you going to be honest to? I don't know. That's just a question, right? For me, I'm honest to myself. I don't care. I would rather just play my stuff, play my guitars, play my video games, my arcade, watch my anime. I love my anime. If you ever have any questions about what kind of anime I love, maybe I should do a video on, like, sharing all the anime that I have. I don't know. But I have a lot of them. I'll show it to you, and just leave it on the comments down below. So it's just good to be authentic to yourself first before you set out there and you kind of like want to toss out all these you know flashy lines, pickup lines, and all. It's you know what I mean. I would suggest just be honest to yourself first, right? And know what you really want before getting yourself into a situation and getting another person into a situation that you can't even handle in the future. Just because she's cute. Just because she's cute. Next thing you know, a couple of weeks, a couple of months later, it's hell. And you know whose fault that would be? It wouldn't be her fault. It would be your fault. Because you lied to yourself and got yourself in here. And then, you know, the whole thing starts over and over again. Some people's cars get keyed. You know, dudes' clothes are thrown out the window. Be honest to yourself first, right? It's just a suggestion. It's just a suggestion. If you don't want to be honest, if you want to be a disingenuous person, go right ahead. And then let me know what happens. Let me know how your situation goes. Anyways,